Good afternoon, everybody. This is the Public Works Committee of the Metro Council. It's December 1st, Tuesday at 4 o'clock. We'll do roll call. Anderson, Allen, I saw her earlier. Benedict, here comes Miss Allen. Vice Chair Bradford's here, Evans is here, Ms. Gamble is here, Councilmember Hurd is here, Nash is here, O'Connell is here, Roten, and Young, absent. Good evening. I don't have a chair report, but I know there was, I did send out a report earlier to everybody that came from Ms. Whitelaw, an email. Hopefully you had a chance to look at it, but we have John Honeysucker here, Mr. Snyder, to answer any questions that you might have. I know there was a desire on some council members' part to kind of get just kind of an overview of where we are with the new leadership at Public Works and any plans to consolidate or not consolidate or form new departments or and the like. Did anybody have any questions?
The thorough response, so I was glad to receive that, so thank you for asking.
There you go, excellent response. John, thank you. Thank Ms. Whitelaw for us. Okay, we have Ms. Fay here, Mr. Bland. Do you all want to share anything with us at the moment, or waiting? Okay. Well, let me go over the consent agenda, and then we'll be back to. First thing I have on the consent agenda is on page 2, Resolution RS 2020-664, Rutherford, Murphy, and Nash. Amends ordinance number BL 2020-342 to authorize the Metro government to add phasing to the acceptance of new water and sewer mains, fire hydrant assemblies, sanitary sewer manholes, and easements for properties located at 6424 and 6434 Pettis Road, now known as South Point Phase 3B. Next is Resolution 2020-668. Hurd and O'Connell supports efforts to assist limited income families with home energy retrofits. Next is on page 3, BL 2020-536, Van Rees, Toombs, Murphy, Nash, and Gamble. Authorizes the acquisition of certain right-of-way easements, drainage easements, temporary construction easements, and property rights by negotiation or condemnation for purposes of Public Works Project Dickerson Pike sidewalk improvements. And we have a letter from Ms. Van Rees to approve. Bill 2020-537, O'Connell, Murphy, Nash, abandons alley number 76 right-of-way from Lee Avenue to alley number 71. BL 2020-538, Withers, Murphy, Nash, and O'Connell, abandons alley number 264 and alley number 305 right-of-way between South 4th Street and Shelby Avenue, and we have a letter from Councilman Withers to approve. Bill 2020-539, O'Connell, Murphy, and Nash, abandons White Avenue and a portion of alley number 2057 and alley number 2058, right-of-way south of Lebanon Pike and east of Rucker Avenue. Bill 2020-540, Sledge, provides the honorary street name designation of Reverend Elton Lee Waller Boulevard for a portion of 2nd Avenue South. A letter to approve by Councilmember Sledge. Bill 2020-541, Toombs, provides the honorary street name designation Mary Watson Way for a portion of 12th Avenue North. And we have a letter to approve from Councilmember Toombs. Page 5, Bill 2020-542, Pulley, Murphy, and Nash, accepts permanent and temporary easements for the Woodmont Lane Stormwater Improvement Project for 4 properties located on Woodmont Lane. We have a letter to approve from Councilmember Pulley. Bill 2020-543, Toombs, Murphy, Nash, abandons existing stormwater easement rights for property located at Brick Church Pike, unnumbered. Bill 2020-544 abandons existing public water main and easements, and to accept new water main, a replacement fire hydrant assembly and easements for property located at 627 19th Avenue North. On page 6, BL 2020-545 Murphy and Nash accepts new public sewer mains, sewer water manholes and easements for property located at Hamilton Church Road, unnumbered, also known as Calumet. Bill 2020-546, Taylor, Murphy and Nash abandons existing sanitary sewer main and to accept one new sanitary sewer manhole for property located at 1206 Buchanan Street. Bill 2020-547 abandons existing public sanitary sewer main, sanitary sewer manhole and easements for property located at 5 City Boulevard, also known as One City, Nashville. On page 7, Bill 2020-548, Murphy, Nash, and Stiles abandons existing public sewer main and sanitary sewer manhole and easements to accept new public sewer main, sanitary sewer manholes and easements for property located at 508 Collins Park Drive, also known as True by Hilton. And last but not least, Bill 2020-549, O'Connell, Murphy, and Nash abandons existing water and sanitary sewer mains, a fire hydrant assembly, sanitary sewer manholes and easements to accept new water and sanitary sewer mains, fire hydrant assemblies, sanitary sewer manholes and easements for property located at 1420 Adams Street, also known as Moderna, Germantown. Any issues with any of those?
At the very beginning, did you have, was RS 2020-656 on consent?
No.
Okay, then I have no issues, thank you.
Seeing none, I'll accept a motion to pass the consent agenda. A motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of saying aye? Aye. Like sign. Anybody withholding a vote? Okay, so that's, I have 7-0 consent. Okay. Starting on page 1, resolution RS 2020-656, Teams National, Connell, and Bradford expresses the endorsement of the Metro Council for the Metro Nashville Transportation Plan. And we have a proposed amendment by Ms. Murphy.
Move the Murphy amendment. Or I guess, do we need to, Hannah, do we need to move the bill, get the bill on the floor first? All right. So, okay, well, let me see about this. I think we, well, before I move it, I think we need to, I believe it got deferred in Budget and Finance, correct? Yeah. So is it going to get deferred by rule on the floor?
It was deferred one meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be deferred by rule.
So can we move to defer but apply the amendment?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. So, yeah, what you do is move the bill first.
All right.
Get the amendment on.
I'll move the bill.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Well, the bill is on the floor? All right, so I'll move the amendment.
A motion and a second on the amendment.
And then I would correspondingly move to defer for one meeting as amended.
Can we
Sure, discuss. Oh, yeah. This is my read, but I'll ask Hannah for more. It appears to just add a recital that speaks to the importance of a Department of Transportation.
Gives them 3 years to contemplate it and get it organized. I think it's important that we do defer the bill because I know there's still a lot of questions and it's a very big plan. But all that said, I'm sure I was not the only council member that spent some time watching Mr. Massimo and her team kind of go and survey members of the community and see what they thought was the most important and prioritize. And I think it's been a wonderful process. And what little bit I have seen of the plan too, I think it's very practical, very pragmatic. It takes a big project on in a difficult time in our city right now. but gets us on the track. I've quoted Patton quite a bit today in discussions with it, that a good plan today is better than the perfect plan tomorrow. And it's always subject to being amended as we go forward, but I'm very impressed with the work that was done. And I look forward to hearing a bigger explanation of it all when we have, we're trying to plan a joint meeting of lots of committees so we can have one more go at getting questions asked and answered. Yes.
Should be.
I'm hoping.
Yeah. We're hoping, I think the chair's original proposal was for Public Works, Traffic, Parking, and Transportation, and Budget and Finance to consider it as a special called joint committee meeting. And so I'm
On the 8th or 9th.
partnering with him.
And then Ms. Toombs also has another special called meeting.
Planning would like to be involved in that too.
Sure. We'll invite the whole council, and I'll put planning on the,
I think to your point, Mr. Chair, what I would say is, in echoing that and really appreciating the engagement with council in particular, which was not always historically the case with plans like this. I think it's hard to, it's just a timing thing where we get the full release of this the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So I think it's prudent to give ourselves that in-depth review period. So I think a one meeting deferral is very appropriate.
any other comments, discussion? Anybody going once, going twice? Okay, all those in favor? Oh, I'm sorry.
Meeting.
One meeting.
This is the problem that I have. This is a really, really big decision. And I personally need time to really understand what it is that is happening. Because I don't want 2 years down the road, it said to me that you voted on this when I come up with some kind of problem. Because oftentimes there are unforeseen consequences that come with such legislation, such projects. And I do think that it's a problem that we are asking to fund a particular department, but yet we are closing other parts of essential services that are for a certain population of people. And that concerns me. And I think that we need to take our time when we make decisions of this magnitude. So, I mean, while I appreciate the one meeting deferral, I'm not sure that that is adequate time in order, because we in the holiday season, and it's just, things just are not normal during this time. And I think that I need time to really think about what it is that's happening and what's going on.
Is there anything to prevent us from deferring again in 2 weeks if we decide we need more time?
Not that I'm aware of.
You can defer it. Okay, so we got that option.
I think there was some issue in regard to trying to get it on track by January for some of the funding that might be available at that time. But that's all up to us at the end of the day.
For my part, Councilmember, I don't disagree with you about the more time, but I also feel like I am in part, there's a sense in which I feel like I'm honoring the willingness of the administration to have been so interactive about this. I mean, I've spent the last several weeks asking a lot of questions and might also be in the process of finalizing an amendment. So I think another couple weeks, especially if we come together as the committees that are going to be most ultimately responsible for the tough choices we make in the years ahead related to this plan, if we can get that special called meeting together, work through other questions and concerns, I'm not uncomfortable with 2 weeks from now coming back and saying, have we had enough time at that point? If your answer then is still no, then I'll listen, carefully to your concerns at that point. But I think bringing us together with several committees looking at this in depth, sinking our teeth into it, I'm okay with a one meeting deferral for now.
I really appreciate that, Councilmember O'Connor, for saying that, because I really have found much value, and I found those special call meetings to be very effective in terms of getting to some of the real meat of things. And I do know and understand that we need some type of transportation plan. I'm not sure we need an entire transportation department, because I thought we had one, to be honest, with MTA and, regional transportation. And I mean, we can go on in what it is that I'm thinking and feeling and all of that. But nonetheless, and I'm not sure that it should be a part of Public Works. I mean, so it's just things that I have questions about so I can appreciate what it is that special committee meeting will bring, and I'll try my best to do more homework in the meantime.
Next week with those questions, because I know the chair is eager to get this meeting together.
And I encourage any of the council members that have questions. I'm sure Mr. Massimo is at your beck and call, and you might get a little bit get some clarification if you have the time to do so. And I understand that that's easier sometimes said than done. So.
I also want to recognize Ms. DeMarcio, because she was recently a panelist for the National League of Cities during their recent summit that we have every year. And I was very proud and pleased to see and to hear her and what she had to present before this nation. This nation from Nashville. Yeah. I just want, people to know. She made us women proud.
Amen. Any other discussion? All those in favor of the 1 week deferral, vote by saying aye. Opposed, like sign. Oh, I'm sorry, we got to put the amendment in. Back up, excuse me. All those in favor of the amendment? Aye. Any against? Any not voting? Okay, 7-4, 0 against. And all those in favor of the bill now, or the resolution? 1 meeting deferral. Aye. 7-4, 0 against, defer 1 week. Thank you, everybody. Great discussion, and I did not know about the presentation, so glad to be informed. Okay, next item on the agenda, Bill 2019-8. I have a letter from Councilmember Roberts requesting to defer the bill until January 19th, 2021. Do I have a motion? A motion to defer. In the second, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of saying aye. Opposed, like sign. Any no votes? And I think, by golly, I think that's the agenda. Thank you, everyone.